Now, I know what you're thinking. You want to quit your 9 to 5. Well, I might have a few little tips and tricks on order to help you with that process. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me on today's video. My name is Molly. Please remember to like, subscribe and comment any ideas. If you enjoy the video, please feel free to share your thoughts. And yeah, I will get on with the video. Everywhere is romanticizing quitting their 9 to 5 and being either an entrepreneur or trying to be their own boss, go self-employed, which is a fantastic idea. However, the romanticizing is unhealthy and unsafe for people that have bills and different priorities and people that can't just quit their job. So the living the life that you want is very much oversold nowadays. The romanticizing life without the job or working 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, this is oversold dramatically nowadays, and it's very unhealthy for people that do want to quit their 9 to 5 and think that they can just do it in a day. It is very unhealthy for people that think about it a lot and that truly do not like their jobs. But I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to try and do the business. I am more giving you ideas how to do it and realistic expectation of how long it can take and why it is highly romanticized and why we do have 9 to 5s now. Everyone is in a different situation right now, so if you are seeing people quit their 9 to 5, remember their age, remember their house. They might not have as many bills, they might not have kids. If you're really struggling, even if it means saving, you're really struggling to save, just remember people don't have as many responsibilities as potentially you do. This is how you can live a good life, even working a job, whether it's a 9 to 5, whether it's a weekend job. It's how you can try and fit in a good life whilst working. In 1926, Henry Ford adopted a 5-day work week, which was 40 hours a week, paying £5 an hour for the 8-hour days. This gave employees a work-life balance, allowing people to go to work, make the money, to then feed their families when they get home and to spend quality time with their family. This helped people have a work-life balance, okay? And this was a lot of money back then. Remember, it was 1926. £5 for 8 hours of work was a lot of money. It is a big difference now. The prices have gone up. People are working more hours, they're working more overtime, they are actually working more hours and not getting paid for them, i.e. showing up to work a little bit earlier to make sure they get their work done, or they're staying late behind work in order to get their work done, but they're not getting paid for it. Now, this just really wasn't the case back in 1926. From all the research I've done, they would get paid for that, or they'd be on their contractual hours, if and buts. Another thing is, of course, there was weekend work, but there's more romanticized weekend work nowadays, i.e. most people work weekends. So if you're a care assistant, for example, you work in an office job, some places, hospitals, they all are open on weekends, shops are open on weekends. So you get a lot of people that work weekends, and that is quite hard because Henry Ford done it so that it was a 5 days during the week so that it wasn't weekends as such for that work-life balance. So nowadays we're working more and more weekends. We in the UK and Europe, we're pretty good with, if someone is fired, we have to have a pretty good reason as to why they're fired. But some places, and some countries, some jobs, they either go redundant or they can just fire you on the spot. You are actually more likely to make money if you job hop as well. So for example, if I work 3 years in a certain job, I'm more likely to leave the job nowadays and make more money, because jobs don't increase the pay as often unless it's like an annual pay. You don't often get bonuses in a lot of jobs nowadays, but your grandma, for example, she might have been in the same job for 20, 30 years, and back then it is a very normal thing to be working in a job for 20, 30, 40 years of your life in the same job. But nowadays people are constantly hopping different jobs and getting different careers. People just get fired on the spot in certain countries. You can literally just lose your job. You can go into work one day and you just get fired on the spot. Now, we do obviously have our protections in some countries where it just doesn't happen. The stability of having a job nowadays can be trickier, and as I said, redundancy, places go redundant and it is really difficult. Now, employees obviously give you that annual pay rise, but sometimes you get a little bit of pay rise, which is obviously keeping the employees sweet, and that does keep people in staying in the companies. And I am also guilty of that. I find I get a pay rise and I'm more likely to put in 100%. And as soon as I start feeling like I'm getting burnt out, they then give pay rises or they give more benefits. And this seems to be the cycle that they do. Instead of giving it to you there and then, when you first kind of start, obviously the more you go on, you will forever get benefits. But it can be difficult to stay in a job and know that you're constantly just getting a little bit of money just to keep yourself sweet. Let's talk starting a business. Now, I've done a lot of research on starting a business. I have started trying to start my own business as such, and I have failed at a couple, and I constantly try to find business ideas that just work for me. And I have a few tips on this because I know a lot of you that are probably watching this video want to know more about starting a business, and I will make another video specifically about the sacrifices as such, but I just wanted to just make it really clear that starting a business is very romanticized, and I don't think people realize how much sacrifice it takes, how many people you can lose. And if you're not happy putting in the hours at work right now because you want to have more time to yourself, then maybe starting a business just isn't meant to be for you as such, unless you're willing to take these sacrifices. It is proven that it can take 18 months to 36 just for the business to start making money. And that is just a profit, okay? That is you trying to take a little bit of a profit, or just the business itself making a profit, okay? So this can obviously have a negative impact on your salary because it could take an average of 5 years for you to get a salary out of the business that you are creating. And I don't say this because I want people to never start a business. I say this so people can actually go into it realistically, because as I said, everything's romanticized. Everything is like drop your job and start something new. It just isn't how it works. Now, some hands up, some people, some places are like that, but from a lot of research that I've done and a lot of people, even entrepreneurs, it does take years of work. It does take a lot of time, and it can take 50, 60, 70 hours a week working on what you want to do. So if you're willing to put in that work, you're willing to lose people, you're willing to lose all that time as such, spending time on yourself, then please go ahead and start the business. It will 100% be worth it in the years if it is successful. And also remember, within the first year or two, new businesses are more likely within that period of time to not succeed. So if you are still succeeding in your business 3, 4, 5 years, then just keep going, okay? Just keep going, and no matter what, just keep trying, because failure is the best lesson. And don't take failure to heart. Failure is so good. It teaches you things. It trains your mind how you can learn from different experiences, and also I feel like it trains your mind how to be a stronger person, a stronger individual, and how to face different things. So please, please, please take the risks and make sure you fail, and don't be scared of failure, because it's so important for us and for you to grow. So just keep going, okay? Just keep going. Now, coming to the end of the video, you're probably thinking, so why on earth have I made this video about being happy in a 9 to 5, or doing a 9 to 5 right, or quitting my 9 to 5? Like, I was not intentionally trying to make you quit your 9 to 5. I was trying to get you to be happy in your 9 to 5, or to try and start a side hustle in your 9 to 5, and just realize that life isn't this fairy tale of things just happen all the time to people. Like, if you want to quit your 9 to 5 and just go for it, then please try it, because 6 months of dedicated hard work can make a big, big difference. And I will never, ever say that won't, because 6 months can make a huge, huge difference. But I want to give people ideas of how to start maybe a side hustle or just start a new business. And there is a quote that is, if you do the thing you love, then you never work a day in your life. Okay, so if you make a salary from doing something you love, you will never work a day in your life. And my dad has always said that to me, because he has his own company, so I very much admire him, and I watch since I was a child, since I was little. He's always had this company, and I have a lot of ideas with that because of that reason. And honestly, he loves his job and he always has, bearing in mind the paperwork absolutely sucks, and the more years he's in this job and running his business, the more paperwork, policies and procedures and things are coming into place. It does get harder, and that is the part that he doesn't love. So remember, you have to do the things you don't love, even if it's something in your passion. And so a lot of things, like you want to be a yoga teacher or you want to be a musician or things like that, there will still be things that you have to follow, guidelines you have to follow that you might not want to. Or you have to advertise and you might not be very good at advertising, but you have to kind of learn. And it's all about learning, okay? So keep that in mind. Try and find something that you really love and really enjoy, and you won't actually work a day in your life. Use your 9-to-5 job to test the ideas as such. So use that to make the money. And as soon as you get the money, you can use that money to transfer into the thing that you're passionate about. I will be doing another video on how to use your time wisely and different apps that I have and different tricks and ideas I have. So if you're interested, then please feel free to hit the bell button for the next video. I post weekly, I post lots of shorts as well, and I normally post shorts most days. So if you're interested in my channel, please like, subscribe. Thank you for watching.